Well, that was a very difficult loss. Uh, I don't know whether they got fans going on. I hope that, can you hear me okay? You're okay. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. No, it's a difficult loss. The two in a row in overtime and it was, obviously we had a great shot to win right at the end of regulation. Kids executed the full court thing really well. And that group, got us back. We were 8 points down. And Joey did a couple of really good things, but that group played good defense and gave us a shot at winning. And, but we're not, we're just not getting any production at all from our perimeter, from our guards. It's the second game in a row where they've had a tough time against veteran guards. Alvarado obviously is outstanding, and DeVoe, but even Parham, they're older guys, and they they knocked our young perimeter back, and we had open shots, and then for about 5 minutes in the second half, I don't know, about 15 minutes to 10 or somewhere in there, we just kind of went nuts. We were doing some things like, what are we doing? And that's when they got the lead. What are we doing? We had no poise during that time. And that period, and then right at the end of the first half, I thought we played better in the first half than a 3-point lead. But we didn't hit shots. And then we had the ball underneath the bucket and in the last 40-something seconds and didn't get anything. We got a block shot, and then they hit the three. It's kind of like a 5-point turnaround. Instead of being up 6-8, you're up 3. And our margin between winning and losing is a narrow one. So you have a number of these plays, and it's tough to win. Although we had that even in the overtime, when we got down, our kids fought, hit a 3, and I think it was 79-76. We had another open shot. So you got to hit shots. You got to hit shots, and our guys on the perimeter have not done that lately. I'm not blaming them for the loss. They just did good shots. You got to, if you hit them, we win. And I thought Mark played a great game. For him to play 35 minutes, sensational. Wendell was a warrior. The foul trouble for Matt absolutely hurt us. And just it's been a year of almost. That's about the 5th or 6th one possession game that we've lost. And so you're almost have an outstanding, really good year. Instead, you're having a 500 year. And but that's the way the game is. So again, congratulations to them. Wright is really an outstanding player, and they have a veteran team. Josh has done a great job with his team. They've created a great environment. I think they're 8-1 at home. So they have a band, they have cheerleaders, they have a certain amount of fans, and that helps. It helps you. There's no question about it. But congratulations to them. They took another step forward to an NCAA berth, which that would be great for their program and very well deserved with the job that he's done. So, any questions?
All right, thank you, Coach. We'll go to Steve Wiseman first.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the battle inside, with Wright and Mark Williams, who Wright had 29 points and 14 rebounds, I guess it was, but did it seem like Mark held his own
Yeah,
good
yeah.
time? I mean, as good as you could do there?
Yeah, I think one of the real big pluses of the season is his development and just how good he's going to be. I think a real special player, and he really fought. The free throws. He'll be a good free throw shooter because he has good form. But no, he played really well. And his progression has been outstanding. It's one of the reasons we had a chance to win this play.
Brendan Marks.
Hey, Coach. Yeah, you mentioned this is, a year of almost, and a couple of possessions go your way, and we're having a different conversation here. But what does it say about these guys that twice, end of regulation and overtime, they still had those shots? They still had those chances to win. I mean, is there some sort of, I don't want to say silver lining, but some sort of something you can take out of that?
Well, there is, Brendan. There's no question about it. It means look, these kids have fought all year. They have never given up. And again, you have a unit that you don't really practice that much with, and they're in there and they figure out a way where really you could win. I mean, you got a great shot there, and that would have been unbelievable. And so this group just hasn't had anything unbelievable happen for them, but they've continued to work hard and compete. And so they've been a good group. I'm very disappointed about tonight, but they will keep fighting, and we got to do that again on Saturday. And every time we line up, we gotta. That's what we have to do, and our guys have done that. I mean, just wish that some. That over the years we've been very fortunate. So I don't know if the basketball gods are evening things up a little bit, but we respect Georgia Tech, and we're not going to make any excuses. We're going to keep fighting and see what the heck happens.
James Smith.
Hey, Coach. Late in games, I mean, especially with Matt out with 5 fouls, are you looking for one guy in specific or particular to step up and kind of be the go-to offensive guy, or do you think that your team is kind of better with a lot of different options on the floor who can attack and catch the defense off guard?
Well, you're always better with a bunch of options, because if you only go to one, then they can key on it. And so, look, Matt's been kind of the go-to guy. We don't have another go-to guy, although Wendell tried to do that and has played his heart out and played well. But you have to score as a unit. We have good talent. We're not that talented that you just give somebody the ball and they're going to do something. We got to score together. And I thought we did at the end of regulation. Guys looked for one another, and Joey came up with 6 big points for us.
It's time for a couple more. We'll go to David Thompson.
Hey, Coach, you talk so much about the resiliency of this team and just the type of chemistry that they've put together this year. I'm wondering, just from the sense you got in the locker room and knowing this team, how much do you feel is left in the tank, to do what you need to do against UNC and then do what you need to do in the ACC tournament to get to the NCAA tournament?
Well, it was a tough locker room. The last 2 games and this game, because it's another overtime loss. And look, we're healthy people. We have no disease. There's no other alternative except to work and play hard to win. you can't feel, we don't feel sorry for ourselves. We feel down, but no, we got to keep working. I mean, that our program is about that. And, you know, we've had so much good, and it's easy to accept the good. And now we're having difficult. I'm not even going to say it's bad. It's just difficult. And we have to accept that and see what that does for us, you know, during this time. You know, our program has been on a continuum for the entire time, the last 36, 7 years for us. And so where does this lead to? Not just where does it lead to on Saturday or next week, but where does it lead to? What do we get from this? You know, from putting it out there all the time, and something good happens with that, and it may not happen right now, but that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time. I
All right,
appreciate it.
thank you all.